Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty Group, and welcome to this week's Pick 5. Now it is a huge week in the Toronto real estate market. Massive things are happening. But more importantly, it is a huge week in the life of one Duke Richard Fleming, who is turning 4 on Friday. Yeah, that's the Duke. Right before he said, "Daddy, I thought you promised to get me the big cotton candy." Yeah, no, I named my son Duke because I'm an adult and I get to make my own decisions, such as name one of my children after a G.I. Joe man. I did that. Yeah. Anyways, so Friday, it'll be fun. He's turning 4. I do recall how excited he was on his 3rd birthday when he got Castle Grayskull. Can we dig up a clip of that? Yeah, boy, was he excited. Anyways, guys, it is a crazy week in the real estate market, and I wasn't kidding when I said it is a huge week, because last week was the first time in a long time that we have seen multiple offers with regularity on properties, and not just multiple offers. We're talking 15, 20 offers. We're talking $300,000 over list on some properties, not all of them, right? I wrote a blog about it on Monday, and some of the commenters took issue with it. You know, I said the market's back, and I picked 5 properties. Pick 5. I picked 5 properties, and someone said you're cherry picking, and I said no, I'm not cherry picking. I picked the 5 properties that demonstrate that the market is back. We didn't see this in the fall, right? We saw 5 of these big sales last week, 5 that I chose to show. I'm not saying every property is going to get this, but we did not see 15, 20 offers last fall. So what I want to do is show you a couple of those properties. So take a look here. This is 69 Lint, and on my blog I had to black out the address because of the archaic rules. This thing had 19 offers. Okay, it sold for $450,000 over list. Then if you look here, right, 1029 Craven, nothing really special. I mean, look, it's it's a detached, sold $300,000 over list. Another one here. This doesn't look that crazy because it's only $175,000 over list, but this was at the bully offer, right? A bully offer, and then 4 more bully offers came in. So when I say this is a big week, it's because some of the sales from this week, guys, are huge, right? Ashdale, again, oh wow, David, it only sold for $200,000 over list. It's a house with no parking and no basement, and this thing had 15 offers on it, right? I can't even keep track anymore. Here's Knox. Last count, I thought I saw there was only like 8. I say only, it sold for $350,000 over list. No, there must have been 15 and 19 on this. I honestly can't keep track. And then Grenadier, right? This is Julie's listing. This thing sold for $330,000 over list. And guys, the point is the market is back. So what do I mean by the market is back? Well, I wrote on my blog on Thursday, which I believe is today, in reference to the comments from Monday's blog. People are taking issue with me trying to pump the market. When I said the market is back to what? I've been selling real estate for 20 years. I have only ever really seen a seller's market. I have only really ever known multiple offers and scarcity of listings, more buyers than there are sellers. So when I say back, I mean back to normal. And unfortunately, normal in this market is a seller's market. So when we see the TREB data from the month of January, which will probably be next week, I think the sales to new listings ratio will be below 50%, which signals a buyer's market. But did you see those listings, guys? We are in anything but a buyer's market. So what I wanted to do today, and I think I'll call this one like East Side on Fire or Entry Level on Fire. I want to go and take a look at 5 properties, no kidding, David, pick 5, that are available right now on the East Side. All 5 have offer dates. All 5 were listed this week. So we've got a pretty good spread across the East Side, right? We're down here for one near the Left Field Brewery on Ivy. We've got one up here in sort of Danforth Village. Then we've got one over here that's on the other side, right, of Maine, which I want to show because I think in a down market, non-perfect homes aren't selling. This thing is going to do large numbers. Then you've got down here, in the Beaches. Then you've got one here in Birchcliff. So let's start with that one that I mentioned that is a non-perfect home. Now, 17 Balfour Avenue. So this is a semi. It's on 20 by 131. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, and it's got parking. So it's a pretty basic semi, right? The starter home, and if I call this one something to do with starter homes, people might freak out because it's like, what, 1.5 is a starter home or entry level. So it has all the tenants of that starter home, 3-bed, 2-bath semi, has parking, has finished basement, but how come it's only $899? And what I'll do is show you on the map and try not to be, I don't want to say biased, right? But it's on the other side, right, of Maine. So let me just zoom out a little bit more, and I'm going to show you. Let's zoom in. This is going to be really annoying to edit. Okay, so the Danforth Village that we all know and love, right, from Donlands basically to Woodbine. Draw a box around this, and this is where you have all these east-west, Springdale and Queensdale and Gleepholm and Milverton, right? That's classic Danforth Village. When you get on the other side of Woodbine, the streets go north-south. Now, no flies on this, right? House on King Edward got a great price. I've got a client on Cedarvale. I sold a place on King Edward, 2 places on King Edward in the last 5 years. And, you know, great, nothing wrong with this area. Once you get on the other side of Maine, the prices decline. And what's the politically correct term for this area? I don't know. It's a little dodgy, a little sketchy. I don't know. I just have several memories of the Tim Hortons across the street and not wanting to go there again. But I will say this. If you're trying to buy a house under $1 million, right, that's a 3-bed, 2-bath starter, you're going to have to make some concessions. And obviously this is not as desirable an area as, say, over here. Enough said? Great. Let's move on. So the house itself, actually a really, really nice, cute little spot. Okay, it's a mutual drive, but look how wide it is. So might as well be a private. You've got a garage at the back, solid red brick semi. Inside, pretty classic looking, right? Principal living, principal dining, and an enclosed kitchen, right? So that shows the dining a bit narrow. Right, that looks a little bit better. Now, in a newer house, or sorry, a newer version, they take this wall out, right? You'd have open concept. You can do that. I just think that for the people that are buying this house, you're probably stretched to the max, and you're going to move in and do absolutely nothing but pay your mortgage. So, awesome house, total box checker, right? And it comes down to what could we get this for? So again, you see the cabinets are a little bit old. The pot lights are a little bit big. They're not the new modern ones, right? We don't have granite countertops. We're starting to see some wear in and around here, but it's a solid house. It's a box checker. Starter home, 3-bed, 2-bath, done, right? That one's a bit tight. It's the nursery. What could we get this for? And how many offers are going to be on this? So under listing, there was a house, 85 offers. I'm going to try to put that up. House with 85 offers the other day. People are going nuts about it. Under listing is rampant. How underlisted is this at $899, right? This is the basement now. That's where I should be talking about the listing. Basement bathroom. Right, nice little rec room, okay? This is not luxury, okay? The area is not luxury, but it is a fantastic house. And I don't think that anybody, that got blindfolded and like dropped off in this area is like, oh, are we in Forest Hill? No, we know what this is. This is an awesome house, needs a bit of work, not in the area that you would rather be in, right? Like, is there anybody that would be like, no, I'd rather be at Maine and Danforth than Plato Estates? No, we know what this is. This is entry level, and this is a super opportunity. It's just a question of what you can actually get this property for. They are $899. They have an offer date. What do we think this could go for? Let's take a look. Here's 77 Balfour. Okay, this is a last sale. The street can support this price, $1,363,000. Now, 3-bed plus 1 3-bath, had a basement apartment, right? Fully renovated. This thing was awesome, and this thing sold in 2023. And then if we go back a bit, right, we can see $1,175,000 for 42 Balfour, 3-bed, 2-bath, driveway, partly finished basement. Maybe this is more our wheelhouse, right? This thing sold March of 2023. So if that's $1,175,000, that's not a bad comp for this, which I think a lot of people, and $899 is smart. These are very good experienced agents. $899, you're going to get offers for $950. You're going to get offers for $975. And again, as I wrote on my blog today, life's not fair, Billy. If you don't like it, then don't play. Or get a more experienced agent that can tell you not to make the offer. If you have your cousin's uncle, sister's brother who's, giving you $5,000 as a rebate, when you say, I want to offer $899, and they go, okay, yeah, no, let's do that. You get what you pay for. Any experienced agent is going to tell you, no, this thing will not sell for $899. It will not sell for $950. The reason I'm not with Michelle and, sorry, forget the other guy. But the reason that we price at $899 is to get those dummy offers, okay? Hate the game, not the player. It's not our responsibility to educate people. You want to hire an agent that doesn't know what they're doing, they're going to have you bid $899. All that does is enable you to take the offers for $1040 and $1050 and say, hey, there's a lot of action on this. Where would you like to be on price? So I think this thing will probably end up in the $1,050,000, $1,075,000 range. If it goes higher than that, it's a sign of a very, very busy market. So 78 Wolverley. This is a classic Danforth Village house, right? Again, semi-detached 2-story, 3-bed, 2-bath with parking and a basement. Classic Toronto starter home. 19 by 122 foot lot. Okay, not too shabby. And then what does it look like on the inside, right? So 19 is actually like a decent width for Danforth Village. You'd love to see over 20. Here is your legal front parking pad. I don't love green shingles, I gotta say. They did the green here, good for them, you know, own it. And on the inside, okay, very nice, very nice. I had that flooring in my condo. So see what they've done here, okay, living, dining, and then kitchen at the back, right? It's wide enough and it's a different layout than the house at Balfour where it was kitchen off to the side of the dining. And that's what you do get with this little bit of extra width, although it's only like 1.5 feet, I think. No closet at the front, that's a tough one. I have a lot of clients that buy and then they move in, they're like, hey David, did you notice there's no closet? I'm like, I have told them there's no closet. That's a tough one. So totally open concept. This thing is going to do extremely, extremely well. Then you've got the round, very nice for staging. And then you've got a really, really great kitchen. Oh, stairs at the back. This is an awesome layout. Wait a minute, hold on. 1 stair, 2 stair. Oh, it just goes out back. Okay. So maybe at some point there was a little add-on. Pot lights, window under the sink, the entire thing, kitchen island. This thing's amazing, amazing. Where are the buyers right now, right? 2 different types of flooring. So this is the kind of house that's going to do really, really well in a market we're in right now, where there's so many buyers and there's just not enough listings. So upstairs, yeah, renovated bath. Look at this. This thing's great. This is great. You know what? It's just the green outside, the shingles, man. Just lost me with those shingles. This is a house that is infinitely better on the inside than the outside. I just think it was the shingles. Maybe I've got a bias. Maybe something happened early in my childhood with the color green. Okay, focus. Ceiling fans. So this is down that staircase at the back, right? So what I meant by the 2 staircases, okay, so this 1 staircase at the front goes upstairs, and then different staircase at the back goes down. Most houses we would expect to see the stairs completely underneath each other. I think I like this layout a bit more, right? Because it saves you that space in the living area. So big rec room here, can't really get a sense of the ceiling height, right? But I want to say that at least here at the high point, it's probably at least 6.5 feet. So unless you're one of those clients that I get, my husband's really tall. I'm like, how tall? 6'8". I'm like, yeah, no, that's definitely tall. I had one of those last year in the fall. It was like you guys can't buy an original Toronto home. You need like a new build, okay? 6'8", damn. Let me guess, you played high school volleyball and basketball? So out back, great backyard, and you can tell when there's no fences sometimes, it just means we have great neighbors, right? Here we go. So I think this thing's gonna do really, really well. Let's take a look at the last few sales on Wolverley, just to show you what the street's capable of. This is $1.7 million last year, okay? And again, it's a 25, and it has a private drive, and it's fully renovated, but the street can support 1.7. That's wild. And then you look, you know, here's like lowest possible, right? Not a great house, $1.1 million. And then, you know, here's like a classic. This is $1.3 million. This had no parking. 24 is a bit wider. Got $1.3 million. And, you know, now we're going further back, right? Worst market. Here's a 20-footer, $1.250 million. So again, I go back here and I say $1.149 million. Like, could this be the next $1.4 million house? I mean, look, I think based on those sales that we saw, it's worth it. But it's a matter of who else is taking offers, right? What other houses are reviewing offers next week when this one is, right? You do offers Tuesday at 7 o'clock. You got to wonder who else is doing offers Tuesday at 7 o'clock, and you're going to start to see agents move their offer dates. So the next one here is Eastwood. Now this, I'm going to go right to the map, if you don't mind. I love editing this one. Okay, so this is north of Kingston, right? So when we talk about, you know, beaches down here, right? Prime beaches, and then this north, right? People call this like, you know, North Beaches or upper beaches. Now we're way further over, we're into Birchcliff, right? And that's where Eastwood is. So there was a house down here on Kildonan that I think Tara's client was going to offer on it. It ended up having like, you know, 9 offers or something like that. So this little pocket here, really cute, right? You've got a nice little stretch of Kingston Road, but it's not beach, right? So don't confuse it. And then you see, okay, $1.199 million detached 2-story, 30 by 130. Why is this only priced at $1.199 million? It's not prime beaches, right? So the house itself, gorgeous. And here's where you get into this like what would this cost in the beaches, right? As we said with the house that was on Balfour at Main and Danforth, what would that house cost if you put it, let's say, on a glebe home, for example? So here we've got a fully detached, right? Covered front porch. You know I love these things, not only because I don't sit outside and watch the world go by. I absolutely do not have time for that. But also from a storage standpoint, because the children. So walk in, you can see it's a very different layout as soon as you get in. This here, I wouldn't say obstructs the flow. I'd say you use it to work into the design, but not the typical layout we're accustomed to seeing. And that's because this is a 30-foot lot. It's super, super wide. You're gonna have a very different layout. So you've got your living at the front, very campy kind of theme here, right? With the paddles and the wood, and then modern elements here with the glass, modern pot lights, right? And see, this is kind of separating the space a little bit. So what originally was probably a full wall here, a wall down here, and maybe a wall down here in an original layout, now they've opened it up as much as they can, and this is probably either structural, or you've got a heating vent in there, or you just don't want the kitchen to be completely open. So you've got another round table here, good for staging. The footprint's short from what you would expect in a lot that's this big, but again, like, this is a very big house. It has a powder room on the main. Let's remember that. Look at the size of the kitchen. It's just for a 30 by 130. You would expect it to go further than this wall. So very nicely updated kitchen, double sink. You've got your bar. You've got, right? Well, I was going to say you've got stainless steel appliances. I was literally just writing the write-up for a 350 square foot condo that I'm listing. I'm like, what do you say? You're like, stainless steel appliances? What kind of new condo doesn't have stainless steel? But I was really, really struggling to figure out what to say about a 350 square foot condo. Great use of space, functionality in mind. I literally got out the thesaurus. I don't know why I did that. I was like, I want one of these, and then it got weird. Okay, here we go. So bedrooms upstairs. FRH. It's probably like one of those children that's got like, Franz Ronald Hildenberg, like one of those kind of names. The third, Esquire. Upstairs bathroom, not renovated, but we have a nice skylight. That's cool. Okay, basement, great ceiling height. This is what you get when you go further out, right? It's a 30-footer. It's big. It's got a high basement. Look at this, the nautical theme, right? And wait until you see the backyard, man. Woo! So you go further out here. There's more bang for your buck. I've got a client in Birchcliff. Sick house, and I don't mean it as a cold. Waiting to kind of time the market a few months, and we'll see if we move that. Here's what I mean by the backyard, right? This is absurd. This is not what you get, right, in a Wolverley where you're on a 110-foot lot. Look at the size of the backyard, massive mature trees. This egg thing does not look comfortable. It would hurt my back. Everything hurts my back, but it's a great backyard. Really awesome house, right? So at $1.2 million, like, damn, what's this going to go for? So this might be, okay, we did all right. We got a few offers. We sold for $1,320,000. 120,000 is not great, right? That's the fall market mindset. Or people are going to go out here and they're going to say, yeah, no, wow, this is a detached and it's not 30 by 130, and I'm not in the prime beaches, but this is 1415. So let's keep moving along. Blantyre. Blantyre has no parking. That is the only rub. It is a detached, here it is. It is detached. 21 by 100, it's fair. 3-bed, 2-bath, finished basement. Call this a starter home? Sure, it just has no parking. So Blantyre is about as far east as you can get in the beach, right? We're actually past Victoria Park. You're down in this area where you go Blantyre, Courselet, and you get in all of Fallingbrook's. Fallingbrook Road, Fallingbrook Crescent, Fallingbrook Drive. Must be confusing for the pizza driver. Must be really tough for the people waiting to receive their pizza. So it is in, I believe, Courselet School District. Don't quote me on it. Beaches people, well, okay, there it is. So yeah, I was gonna say Beaches people don't kill me. House itself, yeah, look, it's detached. It's $1.3 million. They have an offer date. It needs a bit of TLC. But in the beaches and a detached, there's got to be a starting point for this. And I guess that's 1299 with an offer date. So if I was to pick one of the properties that would not explode, it would probably be this one, just because it's dated, right? Not staged. We've got our carpets, we've got our older paintings and such, right? And not everyone wants to stage. For all I know, don't quote me on this, this could be someone that's been here for 50 years. They paid $21,000 for the house or something like that. They're just like, no, I'm not moving out all my furniture and I'm not staging, right? Put a new stove. Or maybe that's from the 1980s. So this at least looks new-er. Not sure about these. But yeah, this thing's not going to do exceptionally well with the people that want modern and people that want move in. But you've got a little eat-in area at the back. You have a nice, cute backyard. As I said, it is detached. So still entry level. Yeah, I guess. Don't kill me. Starter homes? What am I going to call this one? Starter homes. The entry level housing market is on fire. It's funny. The first pick 5 I did this year was called Nothing But Realists. And now we're doing, 3 weeks later, something like the market's on fire. The housing market, the entry level housing market's on fire. It is crazy how quickly the market changed. But as I wrote in that infamous Monday blog, when the market changes, it changes overnight, right? And not really exaggerating, right? Overnight-ish, 48, 72 hours. So what happened last week, we started to see some of these sales, and everyone started texting each other, the market's back, the market's back. I can't tell you how many people I texted, and experienced agents, right? A lot of East End agents, just shooting the shit and just like, the market's back, and everyone's excited. And it's not, to say that real estate agents don't like working in a down market. It's that what I mentioned at the onset here is that we are just so used to this idea of a seller's market being normal. And who doesn't want to feel normal, right? So this is one where I question how well they will do. Oh, that's a nice shot. The owner was like, you've got to use a picture from the summer. But again, 1299, detached, holding back offers. We'll flag this. We'll see how it does. Okay, so the last one here, guys, is on Ivy. And I got to watch what I say here because my wife has friends on Ivy. How's your renovation going? They decided to micromanage it. I think maybe the big guy's pulling out the hammer and nails right now. Is that what you're doing? Yeah, got to help out. Got to throw in a helping hand. Ivy's a great street. This is a detached on Ivy. It's a 2-story. It's 25, which is wide, by 125. Only has a part basement and only has 1 bathroom. At 1.4 list with a holdback, I'm like, whew. So I have clients who bought on Ivy last year, the best house on Ivy, right? And it was absolutely renovated and gorgeous and big and parking and move in, don't do a thing. That was $1,650,000-ish, right? Here we are. And again, this is detached, not the same house, part basement, 1 bath, 1.4. Okay, all right, let's see, right? This is 1.4. Yeah, I cannot wait to see how this does. Not a traditional house, not your typical house. And this, as I said with the houses that are like Balfour, like not perfect. In a down market, anything with an asterisk, right, it's not going to do well. You can't list low and hold back. Now Balfour, not the best location. I do think that house will do well. Ivy, everyone loves this street. This is not a typical house. This thing does not look like it was staged. This thing does not look like the owner took their furniture out and all their personal stuff. Then wait till you get into the next room, right? Chicka wow wow. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Right? Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. So, yeah, I mean, is this 1.4 with an offer date and we get 1 offer and it's 1.4? I don't think so because, it's detached and 1.4 is low for Ivy and a detached and a 25-foot lot. It's just so unique that I don't know, right, if they're going to get the multiple offers that they need or want. This you don't get, right? This you do not get on most of these houses in Ivy. Wow, just wild, right? 25-footer though, right? Like that, yeah, I mean, okay, so you don't get that. You just don't. And there's your car at the back. Holy jeez. Say what you want about the green inside. This is a serious lot, okay? Wow. This shot here, I don't feel like I'm, in the pocket here. Or in the left field brewery area. Great drawn work. I love that. So really, really hard to price this one, guys. Another one I'm going to flag because I'm super, super interested to see how it does. It's just a very unique house, right? Like I said, it's detached. I like the painted white brick, but it's unique. It's I don't know. I just look at a pink door and a couple of yellow chairs, white background. It's like kind of like a blank canvas with a couple pops of color. And I think, yes, this is the kind of person that's going to have a green kitchen. This is the kind of person that's going to have all their artwork displayed. This one I'm not so sure about. I don't understand the shot of the city here. I don't know. So if you were high up on the roof of this house, oh, okay, someone's dogs. Ah, is that my daughter? No, just somebody else that has the same pusher thingy. Is that me? No, I'm just kidding. Haven't skated there since December of 2022. There we go. So yeah, I think that this one, as I said, a bit of an asterisk just because it's so unique, but incredible lot, right? It's wide, it's deep, And notice they didn't really show us pictures of the basement. It says part finished, right? Did we get any pictures of the basement? Sorry, George, just let me go back here. No, we did not. So very, very interested to see how that one does. Very, very interested to see how all of these do, right? Like Balfour, yeah, I said $1,050,000, $1,075,000, might shoot past that. Wolverley, I mean, that should go for a big number. Should, based on that sale activity we're seeing. Eastwood's an incredible house. It's just a little bit off the beaten path. Blantyre is a detached in the beaches, and as I said, it's not in mint condition, so how will that do? And then the Ivy one is the area everybody wants, and it's detached on a 25 with a sick, deep lot. Somewhat unfinished basements and just a little bit ornate. Yeah, so there you have it. So that was a quick one. That's not that quick, right? Under a half hour, little episode. It's like watching an episode of Friends or Frasier or Just Shoot Me. Yes, I watched that in first year university instead of going out and drinking and doing fun things. We'll edit that part out. So I think moral of the story, guys, you saw the sales from last week. You saw some of the sales from this week. This is not an anomaly, right? It's not like next week all the inventory is going to come out and this is going to stop. I can tell you, I have clients who have been waiting to time the market, right? They were on the market last year unsuccessfully with another agent. And I said to them, we will find the perfect time. I called them on, what's today, Thursday? Yesterday was Wednesday. I called them on Tuesday night. I said, guys, we need a list next week. They said, okay. We were ready. We did our staging consult in November, right? We've been working on this house, getting it ready. We're going to bring it out. We're going to list low. We're going to hold back offers because of what's happening in this market. So every year there are sellers that say, I want to list after May 2-4. I want to list in June when the weather's good. You run the risk of missing the market. It looks like we are back to normal. I will keep an eye on these, and perhaps when we meet here next week, we'll see what they sold for. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.